Hey diary, it's Mother's Day. I did speak with my mom, but I took the day to be here in my apartment. I'm gonna vacuum. Cleaning helps me process. My mom, 80 something. Those sayings of Epictetus have been sinking in to my soul, um, just deeply. And in one of the sayings, it says, that you could have a father, but you can't control whether or not it'll be a good or a bad father. And so true. My mom is such a awesome lady. We would sometimes she taught Spanish for over 30 years, 35. They kept pulling her back. But she was highly regarded, and I realized, for being tough. Like, a lot of her students were very respected and loved her, but respected her more. She was tough. But my mom, and tender, she's not like one of those tough people you can't. She's always full of humor and joy and appreciation. And I've learned a lot from her. I've really come to appreciate that she isn't someone who sweeps things under the rug, and sometimes it could have appeared that way to me, but in our conversations, how deep and forthcoming she is with her feelings and concerns, sorrows. My mom's done so many incredible things for me. Once, when I was going to school, I went to school in my 30s. My kids were, they were in school, which was a really good thing because I was at the peak of my college years when they were doing a lot of homework. And we would really do that together. I fell in love with academics. I struggled in my 20s to do things my own way. And it's hard. It was hard for me. And it would have been hard for me to conform to going to college. I just had too many issues, I guess. Lack of discipline and some emotional issues, damage. I don't know. Man, but when I finally went, it was like I felt like I had always been there. And I didn't want to leave. And I really haven't left, Since I started that love affair, I have continually been responsible for my education on the highest level. At least in New York City, you can study and train in anything you desire on the highest levels. It's pretty cool. I guess you can only pick one or two things, but anyway, my mom. I remember I was like sitting in my car. It was near the time I was graduating, and my graduation was not pretty. I didn't go to my graduation as an event. It's just that it wasn't necessary. I was an adult. I had children. I didn't need any acknowledgement past the fact that I had accomplished this amazing thing that I didn't even think I could do. I got 2 degrees, one in music education and one in philosophy. And I did them consecutively. No, yeah, sequentially. Consecutively, yes. So it was messy, just even getting my degree. And I needed to do that for myself. I was already in that process of school. I saw that I had a deep hole that the music education didn't fill. And I was working. I was working as an actor, a sound designer, and I would paint. And gig. I was performing. I was in a relationship through those years that unfortunately was contentious. There's a lot that I could say about what I've learned in that way, but not all the time. It was just something was wrong there. But I had many beautiful years. Yeah. Anyway, my mom, I didn't ask her for anything. I don't know how she did this, but I was maybe behind on bills, but I didn't tell her. And she put $5,000 in my bank account. I don't even know if we texted, if we had texts back then. It was a few years ago. She must have sold one of her properties or something. But she let me know how proud she was of my efforts to educate myself and follow through with my degrees and raise my kids. She did this kind of thing. Not that she gave, she's not a rich person, but she's always been, like, without me knowing it, there. And through this whole process of my son's death, she's, the way this, finding these writings and then my mom's voice, I realized, like, wow, this is exactly who she is, If you just Google the Enchiridion of Epictetus, it's just, I think, 40 or 50 sayings. Some of them are longer, some of them are shorter. But that's a good start. But I heard my mom in that somehow. And so that's what I was saying, like what you've known all along. I wished I could have been part of Forrest's future more. you know. I was just remembering as I was playing here a little bit that I wanted to teach his son or daughter the guitar or martial arts. I wanted to teach my son to play the guitar, like on the depth of experience that I'm having now, because he could have done it. He could have absorbed it. I've been playing for years. And I think of all the mysterious alleyways and sun-drenched little streets or moments I witnessed from across the street or sounds I heard. All this type of stuff that's over for him, you know. Like for his generation, for his family line, for kids he may have had. And how meaningful that would have been for me. So I'm letting go of a lot of dreams because they just categorically won't come true, you know. So there's Forrest, but there's all that, you know, structure, all that architecture I laid on top of our relationship that I have to identify and let go of. That's hard. Just because it's buried, you know. You only find out about it in due course. Anyway, I don't think I would have... Well, everybody says that. I am so grateful to have had the relationship and the experience of the relationship I've had with my mom. And I know I'm not entitled to have had it for this long, but I'm so lucky to have had it for this long. Because my mom and I have been... It's not... The word isn't equals. It's not equals. I still listen to her, but she also listens to me. It's an indescribable relationship that taught me how to be a father. So I have my daughter and the world.